of the houses that I just assumed that he, was a resident going for a walk because the day was so beautiful. And he
waited until we were next to each other and then tackled me and threw me to the side of the trail. And he...
Nobody around?
Nobody around, no. But the trail had been so populated that in my mind I just kept thinking that I only needed to fight for a little while because the trail was so populous.
With a bright day and a populated trail, he's
was.
taking a risk, right?
He was. He was.
Did you scream?
Oh, like crazy, at the top of my lungs. He actually, he told me to shut up.
When I was screaming, and I told him no.
Did he have a weapon?
He didn't, no.
Well, so he, by force of strength?
Yes, yes, he's the man.
The man who attacked me is a very large man. He's very large.
Did he fully rape you?
No, didn't rape me at all.
What did he do?
No.
He didn't rape me at all. Large man.
What did
very
he do?
large.
Did he fully rape you?
No, he didn't. He didn't rape me. He threw me down onto the ground, and he pinned me to the ground, and like I said, I was screaming, and he said, shut up, and I said no. And he said, he told me to shut up. No. And he said, he told me to shut up again, and I said no.
Did he fully rape you?
No, he didn't. He didn't rape me at all.
What did he do?
No. He threw me down onto the ground, and he pinned me to the ground, and like I said, I was screaming, and he said, shut up, and I said no. And he said, he told me to shut up again, and I said no. And then I said, well, you're going to have to kill me first, because I thought that he was trying to rape me. And he said, that can be arranged. And there was a small moment of silence, and then there was some intervening conversation that I'm not comfortable discussing. And at one point, he picked me up by my shoulders, and he started shaking me the way that you're not supposed to shake a child. And I managed to get one hand on the ground, my left hand, and I took my right elbow and I bashed him in the nose. And he grabbed his face and turned away from me and yelled some things, and I got up and I ran faster than I think I've ever run in my life.
Did you come up upon someone?
No, I had to run to a house.
And there was someone home at the house?
There was, yeah. They were very kind.
Where did the person who attacked you go?
I looked back over my shoulder once, and he had left the trail and was kind of heading over a small hill that was to the left of the trail from the position that I was taking.
In your mind, was he going to rape you?
At the time, that was my first thought.
Did you report it right away?
Absolutely. I called the police from the people's houses that I knocked on the door at.
And then when you saw what happened to Chelsea King, you had to immediately react to that, right?
You know, I actually didn't see it. I'm kind of embarrassed to put this on television, but I don't have cable. And so I found out, I know. So I found out through my family that something had happened. And to be honest, my first response was one of great fear and great anxiety, and at the same time, great hope that they were not connected.
Why do you think you weren't raped?
I think I wasn't raped for a couple of reasons. One, because I fought back. Two, because I come from a background that has prepared me in some ways for that kind of a situation. And three, the grace of God.
Background and how?
My father is actually a 5-time world champion kickboxer, and so I've been in martial arts for most of my life. And while I can't claim that any kind of training was responsible for it.
But you got that thing in the nose.
I did get him in the nose, but more than that, I think that there's an awareness that comes with those kinds of things.
The conversation that you won't reveal, and we're not going to ask you to even go near it, was, I imagine, crude.
Yes. And not, yeah, I would suppose that would be a good way to put it. Not, yeah, I would suppose that would be a good way to put it.
Were the authorities very cooperative?
They were wonderful. I didn't meet a single police officer who was anything less than kind and helpful and
Do you live in the San Diego area?
I don't. My family does, and I was home for Christmas.
Dirty fireman was spraying me with the hose!
And took everything very seriously.
What mark has this left on you?
For the rest of my life. Just the other week I was it's something I think I'll be dealing with for the rest of my life. Just the other week I was running and I had to pass a gentleman on the trails, and he was going for a hike, and he had to stop and let me pass, so I had to come close to him, and you know, I burst into tears and I think ruined his. And you know, I burst into tears and I think
Colorado, right?
Yes, I go to the University of Colorado.
You're going to be a teacher, right?
One, it's something I think I'll be dealing with for the rest of my life.
So what happened, dear?
Well, I was
It's morning,
coming.
it's light out.
It's
nice
morning,
day.
it's light out. It was a beautiful day. I've been passing people the entire time, and I was coming up to the end of the trail and was inside of the houses, and I noticed a man who was walking towards me, and I noticed him because he was not dressed in workout clothes. Surprise! Surprise!
I close my surprise, icicle hot, smooth as lemon pie. Surprise, 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 surprise.
Days you still go out running.
I went out the next day with my
next day
with my sister's boyfriend's pit bull, but but the next day I felt if I didn't get back on the horse right away that I never would.
Well, if you got kickboxing training, and you're out with a pit bull. The nose.
I did get him in the nose, but more than that, I think that there's an awareness that comes with those kinds of things.
The conversation that you won't reveal, and we're not going to ask you to even go near it, was, I imagine, crude.
Yes, and not. Yeah, I would suppose that would be a good way to put it.
Were the authorities?
Not. Yeah, I would suppose that would be a good way to put it.